Sagittarius, your week commencing the 5th of May forecast begins with your ruling planet Jupiter right at the heart of the celestial action. Jupiter retains its place for the time being through to the 9th of June in your sector of relating. But since Jupiter moved there in late May last year, it has been restrained by the rather cautious energies of Saturn in your sector of emotion, home, family. And whether it has been looking after people who've perhaps needed your support in your family, or there have been issues about a property, or perhaps your own emotional situation has needed some attention, which may have not seen you quite as outgoing as people would normally expect. And also more recently, Venus, the relator, through April, had Saturn escorting it right through the month. Saturn and Venus is not a bunch of laughs. So there may have been some quite important but not necessarily easy discussions, maybe about a family, emotional or property matter. Maybe your own emotions have just felt a little more dimmed. But as this week begins, Jupiter forges a truly epiphyseal link to Mercury. Mercury's in Aries, your sister fire sign, but Mercury there can be cheeky, can be great fun, mischievous, but very quick-witted, of course, and of course it can be playful. The 5th house is about fun. So you could find yourself actually, after all the challenges, finally coming into some fresh air where you feel that, yeah, I'm in the mood to meet up, to mingle, to interact in a more playful way. Also, Venus, like Mercury, is back in Aries now, so that brings the fire energy to the fore, which is something you can really feed off. And it's forging a profound link exactly with Pluto on Tuesday. What you think about or how you feel about someone, if you express it to them, they're going to see how sincere you are. But also, even if you don't have a conversation, it's what you're working out within you. You'll be able to figure out who's really important, or what's really important to you in terms of your ideas, or perhaps a creative idea or strand you have, because Venus and Neptune at the start of this week really can see you inspired when it comes to showcasing your artistry. However, Uranus, which has been creating quite a lot of challenges, I think, in trying to get some kind of pattern going in your life, pretty well all the time since March 2019. Ironically, as much as Saturn has been a pain recently in that conjunction with Venus, it starts this week in a very strong alliance with Uranus. And if, for example, you did declutter, tidy up, try to make your everyday world work that much better, it can be something that really brings a real sense of happiness to you. Now, later in the week, Mercury is going to be moving on, and it is going to be going into a much more precise zone. Don't worry about that, because Mercury has gone through this long retrograde. There may have been something that you started to get excited about a couple of months ago, and then it didn't quite happen. Maybe some other issues or family or emotional things got in the way. But by the end of this week, you'll be able to see how much traction you're gaining around something that does require some precision. And if that routine and order that has been elusive over the last few years still seems a little bit out of reach, partly it could be because Mars, in the most free-spirited part of your chart, is still making you so much more conscious of that part of your nature which just loves freedom. So in order to gain from this week, I feel that you will need to accept that there will be some things that you do need to devote yourself to, and that could be much more towards the end of the week. So it's a bit of a balancing act between that part of you that doesn't want to lose your independence, another part of you that does want your inner, more practical world to work a bit more efficiently. And obviously we can't get it all, so there's lots of working parts going on here. But having the week start with that very epiphyseal link between Mercury and Jupiter, I think it's going to give you such an uplift. The lovely link between Venus and Neptune can bring some joyful news of some kind or another. And if home, emotional or family matters have been a bit of a struggle over the last couple of years, know that you are moving towards a different part of the year with Saturn moving into Aries on the 25th of May. And I think it's one that you're going to appreciate with Saturn linking back so constructively to the position of Pluto. So your ideas are going to gain currency. There's going to be much more oxygen, much more fire, but you can get some of the practical areas of your life working better as long as you can accept you can't have total freedom in your situation. And please do check out my new website at patrickarundell.com. You can download your free natal chart. It's amazing. You can get your free daily written horoscope fired to your device each morning, but also your daily moon horoscope based on your unique birth data. And also check out that wonderful three-card tarot, or look to book a one-to-one with me by reading the testimonials under this video.